God bless you guys. Thank you, Mr. Saint Benedict the Moore. Holy Father. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm smoking meth. That's a pine cone.
Alert from low battery.
The reason why I couldn't go to that church is because I have affiliations with someone else. The reason why I couldn't be associated with this one is because I had affiliations with another. The reason why I couldn't pray to one Holy Mother is because I had affiliations with another Holy Mother. The reason why I couldn't go one particular way is because I don't want to betray a responsibility to a saint and Holy Mother of a different family and potentially a faith. The reason why I was stopping or ceasing some communication with a particular person that I was actually just referring to Holy Mother of a different faith and or a saint of a different faith is because the husband asked me to just continue communication with them, and I think it's because I would have been communicating with the dead, which I probably wouldn't have had to been taught how to communicate with them in such a way, in a sense where he probably didn't know that I had such abilities, and I can't say that I do. Then I don't want to talk about it as if an obstacle was because I didn't have tools or utensils. It's just out of respect and because it was a request that I stopped and or would cease communications with a particular person. Nobody's allowed to ask me for my penny that I received, and that's the reason why I didn't give it to anybody. And I think somebody was asking for my penny. I'm not supposed to give it to anybody. Um, I did take it up there, and I was carrying it in my pocket, so I was kind of like forced to tell him something about it. And I think it's because I was up the street one time, and they was talking about the bank, and I don't know if I got any money from the ATM, and I don't think I did because I didn't use my own card. But I think one of the reasons why I was up there and had to say something about my penny is because of the person that was up there. So because it's my brain, I can talk about how some of these things are associated with other things, but I can't necessarily, I can't
It's 7
say how
o'clock.
some things are associated with other things as it pertains to what people thought they can do with my brain. That's why I didn't give my brain away. And it was a problem to begin thinking that somebody was supposed to take my brain and take it somewhere and stuff. Like, those aren't things that I could say that they were allowed to do. They weren't allowed to do that. I can't even say that they were allowed to have my eye or anything like that, because I have the relationship with my mother. She was the only person I had particular kind of access. So nobody's supposed to endanger her or anything like that. I wouldn't ask for her to work with nobody else because she was the only one that I gave permission to come in here. I know that somebody had finally, well, I think it just was Jesus. I think, he had finally got to the place where he was talking about how people were responsible for not letting some folks in or whatever. But for the reason why they had their instructions to not let anybody in, or reasons why I had instructions not to let anybody in, and that was supposed to be what happened. And then upon saying that, I go back to the place where I started thinking of how these things came in here. And I can't say that I'm responsible for them. I just think that there were things that happened as a result of other things, and I think that they weren't necessarily unforeseen. They were just things that were things. And I hope this doesn't be the thing that says to someone that they have permission to roam through a family and stuff, because that's not going to be the thing that it says. I hope this isn't the thing that says that somebody's looking for a place to stay and we need to give them one, because that's not going to be the thing it says. I hope it doesn't say that somebody have the ability to take our children, because that's not what it's going to say. I hope it doesn't mean that somebody have the ability to judge us or to make us accountable for things that we're not responsible for. I hope that's not what it says. I hope that nobody's trying to use an old cross that I might have been on to suggest that I have a judgment of a different day and time, because that's not going to make sense either. The reason why I was on this cross is for a reason why I wouldn't have been on another one, but that happened anyway. Um, and for a reason why I would start to think that somebody would need to have one is for a reason why they would need to have one and not necessarily mine. You can give that to a parent. Make sure nobody else is on it before you leave. And I know you got a particular way of communicating and stuff like that, so you can see, or you can communicate with the spirit that's on the cross as if you're looking for one particular person, not more. And I would think that would be all you need. Um, you know. So I had a post on my blog page that I didn't want to delete for a reason in which says that I need to document my experience. So that's what I was doing. I kept running into these things where um like if there were things, or if there were places, if there were times, if there were people, it was almost as if I would go down a neurological pathway or a pipeline or of some kind to associate a way of being and or a way of life and or a way of behaving and communicating and things like this. And I didn't necessarily want to document that experience, and that's not necessarily the experience that I was talking about. But it just so happens that because I had published an article, that it negated the reason for having to do something that I didn't necessarily want to do. And somebody of a particular caliber asked me to delete the post, and I denied it. I mean, I declined to delete it. And there were some posts that were sent to some friends requests that were sent to my Twitter, and I declined to accept those. And I don't want nobody to try to use that as an excuse to mark me with death, because that's not going to be fair to me. And I hope that nobody is seeing things from my consciousness, because I don't necessarily show them. And I'm not giving refuge to nobody in my consciousness. And the reason why is because when my brain was getting chopped up, when people were eating brains, when people were sectioning my brain as if they had power or control over my brain or positions of my head and stuff, these things were things that wasn't supposed to happen. Um, Even if I was turned into a statue, and it would be one that we referred to and could accept prayers or something like that, I wouldn't want the head to go missing. I wouldn't want the head to go missing. I wouldn't want the head to be taken off, because that's like cutting off somebody's head. That's like murder. So I know there's a statue of Jesus over by Mercy Hospital. There's a statue of Jesus over here on one of these streets. I think it's called Susquehanna. Um, but the point is, like, my dad has a statue, and we're gonna visit that. But their hair shouldn't go missing. So I might have been turned into a statue. My head was taken off. It was taken out the house. It was brought back. Then there was another one. If that happened yesterday, then that means somebody went into a particular place in my consciousness to retrieve it or to replay it. But they would still have to explain why they made it. Then they will have to explain why I was leaving my apartment and somebody thought that they was taking my heart. Then they will have to explain why somebody thought that Rudolph's nose blinking red meant that he had a heart like Jesus or he had a heart like Eric's. Um, then somebody will have to explain why um, somebody couldn't necessarily give him his baby because I wasn't his baby, you know, but why, even if I was on my dad's lap, and my mom said she want her baby, then, how come she can't get her baby? If either one of them would have picked me up, for instance, and would have found a stone or concrete aspect of me without a head, or if one got a head and one got the other part of my body, then we'll be looking at these other people who thought that I was their babies in a way in which suggests that something happened. They will all be forced to explain what happened. So I just wanted to say that, you know, um, I said God bless the individuals on the description. And I want to say God bless Saint Benedict the Moore. I want to say God bless Saint Thomas. I want to say God bless Saint Francis. I want to say God bless the Holy Father, Pope, and Bishop Francis. I want to thank the Cardinal, Mr. Thomas. God bless you also. I want to thank the surrounding churches. I want to thank the church in East Liberty. I appreciate you. I want to thank the other church in East Liberty. The one that has those things like this about holding hands and being friends and stuff, being in a circle, whatever. Maybe not a circle, I don't know. But God bless you guys and Merry Christmas. I want to say God bless you to the church down in Oakland that has those three uh, things. They call that the Holy Trinity. So God bless you guys and Merry Christmas. I just want to say God bless a couple people. God bless and Merry Christmas to Miss Mary Magdalene. They call her Mother Mary. And God bless my grandmother, Miss Mary. They also call her Mother Mary too, for different reasons, different faith and whatnot. Nevertheless, she's still my holy mother, of a different time and stuff. My mom is my first holy mother, so that's the one that I go to and refer to, and sing for. My mom is who I sing for, and in some cases I'll go to my grandmother and sing for her too. She's my holy mother. My dad's mom, she's my holy mother, and I can refer to them also. I can sing for them and I could pray to them if I needed to. Nevertheless, I just don't want nobody to be confused on holiness or how much of it counts or matters, or when it appears or when it shows or why it's there and stuff like that. I just want to say the day that I was called holy meant that my family was holy too. I just want to say the day that I was being worshipped or praised for being the Son of God in a sense where I was the one He made and sent to people, then the Lord don't have to wonder about the day when He said that I was holy and or it made other people holy. I don't want to say that that's true, not necessarily, but that it meant something, and it could have meant such a thing, but it may not have meant such a thing. um, that's why I keep going back and forth to the salvation thing, because He said that He made us holy. That could be true, right? Um, I don't want Him to use me in a sense where He say, well, because he was born, because Eric was born, that I made you guys holy, because that's not going to be necessarily true. We've always been holy, right? So that's the thing that sticks out, but I can't necessarily refer to it as if it's the thing that became true as a result of something else. I just had to speak about it as if that's probably not what He was saying, even though that's what He said, right? Um, well, there was something that came up about holy and unholy, right? I still don't think he was talking about us. I still don't think she was talking about us. I still don't think they could have put me in a place where it was holy and or unholy, because if that referred to conditions, then the types of things or reasons why I'd have been taken off of them is probably because of the conditions I was being put in. Some people say they were holy, some people say some things were unholy, right? I'm gonna wanna go to the store. I'll be back.